Right then, people, we're back inside the building. How are we doing this morning? This is Breakfast with Kovu here on Trickstar Radio, and we are joined today by our very special guest, a man like Bunka joins us. How are you doing, sir?
Hello, mate. Hello. I'm good. How you doing yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's really good to have you on the show. How's your morning going so far?
Yeah, it's good. I'm up and I'm ready.
That's what we like to hear, man. That's what we like to hear. Are you normally an early riser?
Yeah, recently no, because I've got nothing to do, obviously because of lockdown. But if I need to be, I'll be up.
There we go. That's good to hear. And obviously, I like the fact that this is something you need to be up for. So there we go.
Yeah.
Obviously, with yourself, you've been on the show previously under another alias, obviously Tengu, and you've been on a couple of times, I think, over the last couple of years. So, kind of with that moving forward, like I'm going to ask the kind of main question of this interview right from the off. What was the kind of thing that inspired the move into the Bunka alias?
Okay, so last year, I'd say around probably November-ish time, I was getting very kind of bored of not the bassline scene, but the kind of sound that was coming out. So I wanted to do something different. And then obviously under the Tengu alias, I did that 25-track album, and I started making some garage for it, which never ended up going on to that album. And then throughout like the first lockdown and whatnot, I was making a lot more garage, and I was really, really enjoying it. So I was like, okay, I think I need to do like a fresh direction here with this garage. So I created the Bunka alias and signed a few things to the Garage Shared label, who are obviously absolutely smashing it at the moment.
Okay, cool. So it's kind of come from there then?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. So kind of with that then, obviously, first thing I'm going to ask is, what was the choice behind the name?
I was trying to think of something garagey, but obviously the first sort of thing that came into my head was Selector. But obviously we've got man like Solector, and probably every other person's called Selector.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like myself and Gavin from Garage Shed before, we were just sitting there and we were like saying words in that sort of MC tone. We were like Bunka, and we were like, oh, that sounds cool. So yeah, Bunka was cool.
so it's basically finding a name that sounds good in a garage MC's voice.
Exactly.
There we go. I love that. So kind of with that, moving forward then, obviously you've been working a fair bit behind the scenes, and we were lucky enough to actually premiere one of the tracks from the alias on this show, which went by the name of My Love. So obviously you've been working a fair bit with Miss LA.
Yes.
So talk to me about My Love and how that tune came together.
Okay, so me and myself and Miss LA we're very good friends anyway, like outside of the music industry, and we've been showing each other loads of tunes and stuff, and she's more of a fan of UK garage than she is anything else. And I remember showing her these tunes, and she was like, "What? Where have these come from? Please, can we get on a tune together?" So yeah, we got onto My Love. It was something I started over FaceTime on lockdown. We were going through it, and then Zoom became a thing, so we started doing it over Zoom, and then we finished it off, and it's probably, even including the Tengu stuff, probably one of my favourite things we've ever made.
Yeah, no, I can definitely hear that, and I'll tell you what, it was a tune we've had on regularly here on the Breakfast Show. It's a tune we've had on playlist for a long period of time, and it's one of those tunes that just kind of sucks you in, you know, one of those tunes that the more you listen to it, the more catchy it becomes.
Yeah.
Like with that, is that something you can purposefully do? Like, can you like purposefully make a tune catchy?
So I'll be honest with this My Love one. It didn't mean to be as catchy as it is. But I used to have a commercial residency about 5 years ago in Worthing, and I was playing all like garage and like the organ deep house sort of stuff. So I kind of like pulled out the old memory stick that had all that sort of stuff on, and was going through like kind of the structures of that, and tried to base it on. I tried to make it more of a commercial tune than just a UK garage tune.
Okay.
And, yeah.
So it is interesting because of how it's put together. It still kind of has like there's almost like a thickness to the production, which is the best way I can describe it. Which does remind me of a lot of Tengu productions. But apart from that, it does sound like a completely kind of separate project. How do you, obviously having worked on Tengu for so long, how do you make sure that this new alias doesn't sound similar?
So I find with the Tengu stuff, I work in a lot of similar keys. So I try to avoid that sort of key. I kind of try to make sure that I use more than 4 notes as well to make the actual melody catchy. I don't know. I've got some bits coming up that really don't sound like Tengu at all. But it has been slightly hard to not follow the same sort of structure. But I've also made sure that every single drum sample I use is completely not a bassline sample or any UK garage sample I can find.
Amazing. Well, that's good though. It's good, and I think it's good that you are actually putting thought into that, because it's something I find quite often with a lot of different aliases is people really will try to make stuff sound very, very different, but they'll end up using the same samples, the same sort of packages, as you get the same sort of compositional structure, and you can always tell. Like, I'll be 100% honest, until you told me, I wasn't aware that you were Bunka.
That's good, because that's originally what we wanted. That was mine and Gavin's plan to be. I kind of wanted that mysterious sort of thing, and a lot of people were messaging me like, "Do you know who he is?" And I was like, "No."
How do you make sure you don't tell people? That must be so tempting.
I said, I don't know really. I was just like, "Nah, sorry, bro, don't know who it is."
It's good though, man. It's good. It's good. I'm happy to see how much kind of reaction there's been to it, because obviously My Love came out about a couple of months ago now, I think it was, and the response to it was really, really good.
Yeah, myself and Mr. Lay, we were so happy with it. I remember I was on my way to the offices with Garage Shared, and I was listening to one of EZ's new Volve shows, and I just heard the little dun 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 from My Love, and I was like, surely not. And then I remember getting off the train and being like, answer your phone now.
And there you go, it's getting played by EZ. Like, what more can you want from, especially launching a new alias as well? I think that's it's pretty much hats off, to be honest, because that's done absolute bits. It's been really, really good to see what's come off the back of that. So kind of moving forward then, obviously this is a project you are running alongside Tengu, and you do have new music with Tengu out this weekend, I believe.
Yes, I do, yes.
Which is out on Yosh. So obviously with that, how do you find the time to balance the two projects?
I do like to plan out my weeks, and now that we've got into lockdown, I'm furloughed from my day job. I'm kind of dedicating a day a week to different projects.
Okay.
Well, more than a day, but I'll have like specific days that I'll do that. But I've actually got another project on the go as well, which is needing some time to be dedicated to.
So there's 3 projects on the go. You're working, still doing label bits as well. Like you must be busy 24/7.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Like I enjoy it, man. I enjoy being busy. So I'm assuming you're in a similar kind of boat to that one. So what we're going to do, we're going to move forward and jump into another track next. This one goes by the name of Rain on Me. It is, of course, a remix from yourself by originally by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande, which is possibly the most pop-driven link up you could possibly imagine. So why was this on the radar for you to build a remix for?
So I am absolutely in love with Ariana Grande.
Okay, fair enough.
As a person and as a musician.
Understandably, it has to be said.
Yeah, she's incredible. That collaboration was something that 2020 needed. That came out at the perfect time during lockdown, and I think cured a lot of people's unhappiness. Like, it was such a good collaboration. So I just thought, you know what? Let's make this a garage refix.
And it just came from that.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Amazing, man. So when you're sitting down to do a remix like this, like how much time do you put into the actual sort of planning and the composition rather than kind of taking it in your own direction? Obviously, we hear a lot of remixes that don't necessarily, should we say, respect the original that much. Like, how do you make sure you're able to do that?
So I kind of just listened to the tune and I kind of automatically only wanted the vocals.
Yeah, of course.
It's one of those tunes that it's already so melodic. I'm just trying to think how I can make this melodic in my own way. And I do kind of go into that mindset of, okay, I've been sent this vocal. Imagine that I've actually just been contracted to produce this track.
Yeah, of course.
Like how, and they've asked for it to be a UK garage tune. Like let's go into that sort of scene.
There we go. Yeah, that makes sense, man. That makes sense. Right then, just gone 12 minutes past 9 here on Trickstar Radio. We're going to get into this one, Bunka's 4x4 remix of Rain on Me, Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande on the original.
Breakfast with CubCamTV.
Trickstar Radio.